All right, folks, this is Sultan. Just a quick video of another week of hell in Europe. As I discussed in my last video, how Spain is giving a legal status to 500,000 illegal migrants. And within a couple of years, they will become Rafael Nadal's and Carlos Alcaraz's, okay? And to make matters worse, they would be able to travel freely throughout Europe. And, you know, it'd be easy for them to come to Australia as well. It'd be easy for them to go to America and Canada as well. I think other countries like Australia, well, I think it's going to be the same here in Australia as well. Because if it can happen in Spain, it's probably eventually going to end up happening here as well, where they would start giving citizenships to anyone. I think last year Australia gave away something like 200,000 Australian citizenships. They're handing them out like lollies, knowing full well that these people do not integrate. They don't assimilate. And what do they bring? Let me show you something. Okay, look at this. This is Italy, okay? Have a look at this.
Abbiamo ragione a usare I coltelli.
This illegal migrant is saying that we have a right to use knives. This is being discussed on Italian TV. Okay, look at this Italian woman. She's shocked. Like, what are they discussing? they are now discussing on national TV that migrants have a right to use knives because they are bored and they don't have any employment opportunities. So what do you want us to do? Well, we're going to stab people and we're gonna make a living that way.
Perché
Because we also have to make ourselves familiar. Familiar with what? Let's see.
dobbiamo anche noi famare, prenderci I soldi.
Do something, because if we do nothing,
Perché se non facciamo niente, dobbiamo
meaning,
dobbiamo
what do you mean? We have to do something, you know, we have to stab people.
fare per forza qualcosa, cioè nel senso
Either stab people, oh shit, he actually said it. Either stab people or take the money and run away.
fare gente, prendere I soldi e scappare via. Questo è il nostro.
So it is necessary to steal? Is that what you're saying? She's shocked. Oh, really? Are you shocked? Are you really that shocked? Look at this. Look, people have confirmed that this is legit. These subtitles are legit. I read the comments from Italians as well. They're saying, yeah, this is legit.
È necessario rubare, questo che sta dicendo, perché non avete
No, a noi cioè interessa il lavoro, però se non abbiamo né contratto
So we want to work, but because you haven't allowed us to work, that's why we're going to stab people and steal money from people.
né opportunità,
We only have a residence permit, perhaps expired, and maybe that's why in Spain they have legalized it.
abbiamo solamente il permesso di soggiorno,
Allora, giusto
magari scaduto, e dobbiamo fare per
We have to have some action, you know? That's the truth.
forza quel che ha tentato, la verità.
Ma non vi vergognate?
Do you have no shame? Like, seriously, do you have no shame? Look at this. She's shocked. He's looking, he's like, bitch, if you were in my country, you would have been 6 feet under. Look at him too. He's like, how dare you, woman? How dare you? In a country where a boy died the other day, killed by a knife at school, well, another day in Europe.
In un paese dove è morto un ragazzo l'altro giorno ammazzato da un coltello a scuola, in un luogo dove dovrebbe essere protetto, voi venite qui con quella faccia a dire
You come here with that face, and you say that you have a right to use knives.
che avete ragione a usare I coltelli. Vi dovete vergognare.
So there's so many Italian people that are actually clapping. They're like, what the hell is going on? What is going on? What happened to Giorgia Meloni? Meloni! Please, sometimes, you know, like I know, look, it might be difficult to do things. It's easier said than done. But what is happening in Europe and pretty much in every Western liberal democracy, you are creating the grounds for the next Hitler or the next Mussolini. Because the longer this bullshit goes on for, the more pissed off the public will get. And they will say, you know what, send me anyone. Anyone, I don't care. Get these people out, please. That's what the people will say. And look at him, no shame. He's got no shame. So this is what he's going to say. So you don't have to... You had to learn a little bit to keep quiet. Woman, shut up. Woman, where I come from, women don't talk back. And these are the people that the lefties want to give free citizenships to. These are the people these Marxist lefties want to replace you with. Like, it's so... If they were importing people from Norway or Sweden, Ukraine, okay? Norway and Sweden are doing okay. Let's say you bring in people from Ukraine, okay? Similar culture, European, Christian, civilized people, you know? I'll be like, okay, you know what? Refugees are welcome. It makes sense. Refugees are welcome. I would welcome Ukrainian people. Because I know they're not going to turn on the LGBTQ community. They're not going to be anti-free speech. They're not going to be pro-child marriage. They're not going to be misogynistic. I know those things. So yeah, refugees are welcome. But look at the quality of refugees that they're welcoming. And they're replacing you with. 500,000 people are going to become Spaniards in Spain because they have explicitly said that we want to curb the rise of the far right.
Quiero pedirles a las personas migrantes y racializadas que por favor no nos dejen solas con tanto facha. Y claro que sí queremos que voten. Claro que sí, hemos conseguido papeles, regularización ya, y ahora vamos a por la nacionalidad o a cambiar la ley para que puedan votar, por supuesto. Ojalá, teoría del reemplazo, ojalá podamos barrer de fachas y de racistas este país con gente migrante, con gente trabajadora. Claro que yo quiero que haya reemplazo, reemplazo de fachas, reemplazo de racistas, reemplazo de vividores, y que lo podamos hacer con la gente trabajadora de este país, tenga el color de la piel que tenga, sea china, negra, marrona, con todas compañeras las gentes trabajadoras de este país.
So people in Spain are drifting to the right. So their answer to that problem is bring in people from third world countries. I think we're living in a simulation. This doesn't... Guys, am I the only one who's going crazy? Or surely you guys are seeing this too, yeah? You had to learn a little bit to keep quiet because you don't know. Why can't... how could... If Hitler was around, if Mussolini was around... I'm not romanticizing Hitler or Mussolini. I am not. I have read enough books and watched enough documentaries on those people to know that those people were evil, okay? We should never have them. But I can understand why people romanticize strong men. Again, having a strong man is not a solution. Look, Putin is a strong man. Look what he's doing. 1 million Russians are dead. I understand that. But I also understand a strong man, strong woman, strong politician, this would not happen. He would not allow this. Yeah, he would not allow ordinary Italians and Spaniards to speak their mind either, but he would not allow this. This is even worse. If Saddam Hussein was around, can you imagine him saying this in Iraq? Can you imagine him saying this in Mussolini's Italy? Okay, forget about that. Julius Caesar. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I don't know where we went wrong. Okay, this happened in Germany, okay? Let me read this to you. A Sudanese migrant who dragged a woman, 18-year-old woman, onto rail tracks where both were killed by train, was arrested by police, but released just a few days before, okay? This is the quality of those migrants, okay? So now a young 18-year-old German girl is dead because Angela Merkel said that, oh, you know what? We need to be compassionate towards people. So this Sudanese migrant, he just grabbed a girl, minding her own business, totally stranger, didn't know him, didn't even look in his direction, probably didn't even know who he was or what was happening to her as she was being dragged by a train. 18-year-old girl. Let's imagine her parents. They raised a girl with so many dreams, thinking that she's going to live a long and prosperous life. And she's dead because some migrant from Africa had an episode, pushed her onto the tracks, got onto the tracks himself, and got killed as well. And he wasn't unknown to the authorities. It has emerged that a Sudanese migrant who dragged an 18-year-old woman onto train tracks in Germany and killed them both had been arrested 2 days before by police and was freed. The shocking incident that happened in front of passengers at Wandsbek-marked subway station in Hamburg on Thursday evening saw a man, 25, grab a teenage woman waiting for a train and pull her onto the tracks in front of an oncoming train. Both were struck by the incoming train at around 10 or 7 p.m. and died at the scene. 10 p.m. He had a history of violent offenses. Just 2 days before the incident at Hamburg, he allegedly attacked police officers. He was arrested and police began proceedings against him for resisting arrest and for aggravated assault. But he was later released. Why? Should have been deported. What more do you need? Germany, Europe, please, you don't owe anything to Sudan, Somalia, Iraq, Syria. You don't owe them anything, especially not at the expense of the welfare of your own people. Okay, so this was Germany, yeah? One heartbreaking story. Makes me angry. I don't know. I don't know how you guys tolerate this. This is not paranoia, okay? These things are happening in real time. Okay, let's go to the UK, of course. We cannot ignore the UK, can we? When it comes to migrant crime. This is the moment an Afghan invader asks a 12-year-old girl, how old are you? Before he allegedly rapes her, a court was told. Ahmed Molakhil, 23 years old, is accused of laughing as he raped and took indecent images of the 12-year-old girl in Nuneaton. He is said to have spotted the schoolgirl in a playground and targeted her with his co-defendant, fellow Afghan Mohammed Kabir, 24 years old. Kabir is accused of trying to strangle the youngster before she was repeatedly raped by Molakhil, who took photos of the attack. And these illegal migrants, look at them. Look at these ungrateful people. Why you have veterans sleeping on the streets, ordinary native British families waiting for months to get a house to live in. Illegal migrants are living in Premier Inn and they're still not happy.
The UK government should give me a house by now. I am fed up of living in this small hotel room, the Premier Inn. This is getting boring now, out of control. This is my view. I don't even have a garden. I don't even have anything.
This is a joke. Our politicians playing a joke on us. I've had enough.